Hello, looks like I'm live here. Just had to wait a moment or so. Hope everyone's had a good weekend so far. Sunday night here on the East Coast of the United States of America. Like I said, hope everyone's doing well. It's getting kind of chilly over here. It's about 40s or 50s during the day, and it gets down to the Thursday night. So hopefully it's a little bit warmer here than it is in most parts. But most importantly, hope everyone is doing well. I decided to, hey Brett, what's going on, buddy? I decided to do a kind of a spontaneous, hey Melissa, how you doing? Thanks for hopping on. Decided to do a spontaneous Facebook Live about a topic I've done before, but really this is a topic I'm very passionate about, as you all might be able to see as I speak about it. A common question that I see often, probably once a day, once every couple of days or so, is what can I do for anxiety? What can I do for mental health? What can I do to support energy and so forth? And that's a pretty big and wide question in a sense, where it can go in different directions. So there's not one exact answer to that. Of course, you can use lifestyle practices to support your mental health, exercise, yoga, walks, bike riding, and so forth. In the wintertime, it's tougher to be outside, but it's certainly important to do and possible to do. But like I said, one of the most common questions that I see come across, two questions actually, is what can I do to support my energy, my mental health and emotions. And also another question that actually comes on pretty often is, I got my book there, is like I said, what are good nutritional products? What should I recommend to my clients? If you're a wellness professional, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit later. Definitely tonight, but definitely going to get into that a little bit later. My name is Chris Borton. As you probably know, I'm one of the admins of this amazing group, in addition to Brittany Prince. Brittany's an amazing person. She's an amazing wellness professional. She specializes in gut health concerns. She does testing. She'll test GI mapping test, thyroid concerns, autoimmune concerns, and many others. So if you do have a question on those specific concerns, feel free to reach out to her. She is an amazing resource, amazing wellness coach as well. So my name is Chris Borton. I worked in the wellness field it'll be 18 years next month. My business kid, in a sense, will be 18 years old next month. It's been an amazing journey throughout the process. I've always loved helping people throughout my life. It's come naturally to me. I still do. It's kind of, I can wake up in the middle of the night. If someone needed me, a close friend, I'm happy to help them out. So I started my first wellness business in 2005. My personal wellness journey started late 2008, and in late 2008, because my personal wellness journey started. And then in 2019, I completed the Institute for Integrative Nutrition Health Coaching Program to be a certified integrative health coach, certified holistic health coach, however you want to define it, but I'm a certified health coach. I love helping people on their wellness journey. So when it comes to supporting your, I'm going to go into the macro and the micro there. When it comes to supporting your, hold on a second. Thanks to everyone for hopping on. So good to see everyone here. Feel free to say hi. Feel free to introduce yourself. Feel free to let me know what interests you in hopping on and learning tonight about this. I can talk all night about this. I really love it. I'm very passionate about it. Most importantly, let me know. Feel free to, you can either send me a message. I'll try and get it as best as possible. But also comment in the chat. Let me know where you're checking in from. Hey, Kathy, thanks so much for hopping on. Good to see you here. Like I said, so good to see everyone hopping on at a Sunday evening, learning about different ways to support your mental health, emotions through micronutrients and adaptogens and so forth. If you do have any specific questions regarding that, like I said, you can feel free to send me a private direct message on Facebook Messenger, or you can put it in the chat as well. So like I said, when it comes to supporting your foods, micronutrients, macronutrients, in addition to supplements and vitamins up and above what you can't get from food alone, can play a very big role when it comes to our mental and emotional health and well-being. A very simple thing to do when it comes to um, our mood, your mood, your emotions, and so forth, and your food. A simple and easy thing to do. It does not take any technology. Doesn't take anything, but it just takes our brain. Using your brain as best as possible. And I like to recommend this to people as well. Do you notice a difference in how you feel after eating certain foods? For example, if you were to, hey, thanks so much for the star, Kathy. So like I said, so good to see you here. I appreciate everyone that's hopping on and learning about this. It's a very important topic for everyone. So I'm so good to see everyone here. What I recommend you do, and I recommend clients do, is listen to your body after you eat different foods. You'll most likely, you have to be have something going on, but most likely you're going to notice a difference in how you feel when you have an apple with some almond butter, peanut butter, some fruit, some vegetables. When you notice a difference when you have that, when you have crackers, processed foods, crackers, cookies, anything like Brittany would say with a label on it in a box. You're most likely going to notice a difference. It's really easy, like I said. As the saying goes as well, I used to have Pringles quite often as a teenager, 25 years ago, a long time ago. And I remember this saying, once you pop, you can't stop. So you're gonna notice a difference when you have processed foods like a Pringles, chips, candy, crackers, a lot of C's there. And also versus when you have Whole Foods. So it's going to start there from a very simple perspective of noticing how you feel. And even if you don't have that many Whole Foods yet, like I said, my wellness journey started, I was 27 years old, and I didn't eat that many Whole Foods before then. It was mostly, like I said, chips, crackers, cookies, anything processed and inflammatory, that's what I was eating. So it's really important to listen to your body and how you feel when you eat different foods. Does a certain food give you sustained energy? Does it sustain energy, make you feel clear-headed, focused, like you can uplifted, like you can kind of go do a good workout, or does the food make you feel really good in the moment, but also probably 15, 20, 30 minutes, about an hour afterwards, you're going to feel like you're going to fall asleep. And there's many reasons for that. I believe Brittany came on last week, and she talked about how certain foods are addictive and certain ingredients are added to it to make foods addictive, and you never feel full. I'm not going to get into the specifics of that, but just the very basics. The importance of how, like I said, how you feel when you have a whole food, an apple, an orange, with some healthy fats, some lean proteins. Hey, Shell Ann, thanks so much for hopping on. Good to see you here. Feel free to, I can talk about this all day, but feel free to let me know what you're enjoying about this. If there's things aspects you'd like to learn more about, we can do that privately or here as well. But feel free to let me know what you're enjoying, if there's things you're going to add into your daily life. But like I said, first and foremost, it's really important to notice from a very basic perspective of how you're going to feel, how your body is going to feel when you're going to have a Whole Foods. Like I said, apples, oranges, peaches, fruits, vegetables versus processed foods. You're probably going to feel pretty good, pretty satiated, full of sustained energy when you have Whole Foods, fruits, vegetables, proteins, chicken, and protein to keep you full versus the processed foods. So we really start there when it comes to the basics of that. So we kind of know that from a very basic perspective that you're going to notice a difference in how you feel when you're having different foods and so forth. But, okay, Chris, that's cool. There are foods that really will help support mental health, your emotions, your energy, your clarity, and overall well-being from a whole foods perspective, because it's a very broad term. And then I actually have my water here. In addition to the foods, it's also good to recognize how do you feel when you drink some clear, good water versus how do you feel when you have a soda or some juices that's going to give you a very big blood sugar spike. You're going to feel really good, and then you're going to crash, kind of like crash and burn in a sense, and then you're going to get a crash, blood sugar crash, then your body's going to feel like you need sugar, so you're just going to go into the roller coaster. So it's also important to recognize how certain drinks make you feel. I haven't had soda in almost 13 years. Yeah, almost 13 years actually. I remember the last time I had it. But it's also important. Liquids we drink, in addition to the foods we eat, are very important to recognize. So, what can we eat that'll support our energy, our emotions, our mental health, and so forth? Like talked about quite often actually in previous Facebook Lives. Calming foods are going to calm your emotions, going to give you a little bit of energy as well. Magnesium-rich foods. If you looked up any article when it comes to foods that support your emotions during times of stress, anxiety, or just overall, magnesium-rich foods. Magnesium is so important. Awesome. Thank you so much, Kathy. Yeah, actually, I should remember the last time I had it. It was Valentine's Day 2010. I remember where it was. I remember having it. And then I realized, I really don't feel good after this. I was, like going through life stressors. That didn't help. And then I realized I just can't do it anymore. So it's nice to just have a soda and enjoy it. But now I'm sensitive to sugars. Just my body doesn't react well anymore because I haven't had it in so long. So it may seem kind of overwhelming to you if you're kind of new on your journey and you kind of figuring your way out, but it's possible. And also, you don't have to go completely off sugar or soda, but for me, that's what's worked best. But like I said, going back to magnesium, magnesium is so important for brain health, and I've actually recognized this when I use electrolytes. Actually, I think I have some couple in my bag. When I have electrolytes, I noticed that during times of stress, anxiety, and so forth, I noticed that my brain fog lifts, especially if I'm stressed out. It's kind of a crazy day all over the place with work and with business, and we're running the group and everything. A little electrolytes are really good to be added to your water. To your water, if you want to say it. I'm from New Jersey. Sometimes I feel like people say it a different way. So another story. But little electrolytes added to water can be really beneficial, especially during times of stress. Electrolytes are going to be in magnesium, sodium, and potassium. You can either do it with an electrolyte stick pack, or you can do it just squeeze a lemon in water, add some sea salt, and then you can get your electrolytes that way too. But magnesium-rich foods are really good, like I said, at supporting your mental health, your emotions, energy, and so forth. Sometimes this may sound weird, but sometimes I'm just in the mood for a good salad with some protein. And with that, when I have the leafy greens in particular, are full of, actually, great question, Kathy. Thanks for asking. I have a link I'll be able to share in the chat afterwards. What I would also do is just screenshot this to remind myself. After this, I'll be able to put a link to the electrolytes. I might have one in there. It's has like a watermelon type flavor. Tastes really good. You can kind of figure out whatever best, whether you want to use a full stick or not. But I love it. I played baseball over the summer in the men's baseball league. It helped when I was outside in the sun, running around, exercising, and so forth. But it's also important to stay hydrated all throughout the year, especially in the wintertime. It's dry air, so electrolytes are great too. I'll put a link to that afterwards, and I'll be able to talk to you directly, send some information with you. But like I said, magnesium is great. Magnesium is great for brain health, the electrical system in your brain, in our heart. I will have, like I was saying a couple minutes ago, that sometimes I'm just in the mood for a good salad with some protein in it, and it actually calms me down. And you can get magnesium from dark leafy greens, vegetables, broccoli, even from chocolate. Dark chocolate, chocolate is a kind of a wide spectrum. There's your really good dark chocolates, and then there's also your milk chocolate, which is more processed. It might be higher in sugar and so forth. But dark chocolate is actually really good for your mood. I think I just put a graphic up last night or this morning about how dark chocolate and cacao itself is really good for your mood. So magnesium-rich foods, I like using almond butter. I was talking to Brittany last night. She remembers how I'm a big fan of almond butter. Sometimes I'll just have it before bed, and that's a good way to make sure your stomach stays full while you sleep, so you don't you wake up and your blood sugar levels stay balanced, and you don't wake up too hungry with a low blood sugar levels. Can't make any claims on anything, but it's an easy thing to do. You can get that from magnesium from leafy greens. Healthy. You can also get it from almonds, cashews, healthy fats like that. So magnesium in particular, is very good for. Melissa, Bantel, thanks for hopping on. So good to see you here. Magnesium is good. So you're gonna get it from the dark leafy greens. You're gonna get it from your healthy fats like the almonds, cashews, and so forth. And I can share additional information in the chat if anyone has any specific questions about magnesium-rich foods, or even magnesium in supplement form to give your body the magnesium it needs that it can't get from food alone. So magnesium is very beneficial. Just to say magnesium is good. Magnesium is good, and we're going to transition into kind of another easy transition. Healthy fats. Healthy fats are, like I just said, from almonds, cashews, and so forth, are also. Thank you so much, Desiree. So good to see you on here. I do my best to make easily digestible things we can do on a daily basis. That's what's most important. I don't want our higher and lower level things of it as far as the technicalities and how and so forth, but I want to make sure there's all good information here for everyone to just go about their day tomorrow, and they can integrate it, which is really beneficial. That's what's most important. I don't want to go into like the glycemic index or anything too technical, but if you can go into it tomorrow, and remember, Chris said XYZ, that's what's most important. I also do offer one-on-one coaching slots available to support people on their wellness journey. So like I was going back to healthy fats. Healthy fats, our brain is, I don't know, I think it's 66-70% fats. And that's kind of why fat is actually a good thing. There's a stigma with it. Our body and our brain need fats. Fats are good for you, especially, unless it's a trans fat. Again, don't need to get too technical, but saturated fat is good unless you have it with a inflammatory carbohydrates. So other than that, fats are good. Healthy fats are good. Almond butter, cashew, peanut butter, anything like that. You eat fish. Fish are great too, that have healthy fats as well. So you can get in there. It's a really good way to support your emotions, your brain health, overall health is through healthy fats. I apologize about that. So you want to make sure you omega-3s. A good, easy way to do that is, of course, as long as you're not allergic. That would be a concern. I wouldn't want to recommend that if you're allergic to nuts or cashews or anything. But healthy fats are really important and an easy thing to do. When you're out and about, it can be easy to run and get fast food. It's really easy, convenient. Go through the drive-through. But again, going back to what I said when they came on, you can go to the drive-through. You can spend $5-6 or whatever it's going to be. It might even be less. I don't know how much it costs. But you can go through the drive-through. You might be a really good one in the moment. It might taste really good. But also to recognize, while it's going to taste good then, you might feel really crappy and shitty, excuse the term, more ways than one, after you have that drive-through food. So a good way to handle that is to keep a good, clean protein bar on hand. Or, like I said as well, you can keep almonds, cashews, walnuts, hazelnuts, and with you in the car, wherever you are. It's the easy thing to do, in addition to some kind of healthy fruits, which is going to keep you going. And again, that's also going to support brain health, heart health, and other aspects of health and well-being. I apologize about that. So that's healthy fats are really important. That's going back to the basics, without getting too overwhelming for people. But a healthy fat is going to be what's in nature. You're going to find nature, almonds, cashews, peanuts. You can do peanuts, of course. You can have almond butter straight from the spoon into your mouth like I do, or you can put it on something. But the healthy fats are really important and a good way to support mental and emotional health. And I just, very simple thing, like I said, recognize how you feel when you're going to have those foods versus how you're going to feel when you have a drive-through food. And if you do it once in a while, it's fine. Just recognize, okay, that's cool, you did that. But also, if you didn't feel too good afterwards, or you feel like your stomach's upset afterwards, it's going to be a sign to kind of stay back as much as possible. But like I said, healthy fats. And if you want more information about those healthy fats, reach out to me. I'll be able to maybe give some basics, and then we can also set up a discovery call if that's something that's you'd be interested in doing as well. Protein. So when it magnesium-rich foods, I like to start that as the one of the number one ways to support your mental health, your emotions, in addition to physical health as well. But that's kind of the topic tonight. Magnesium. We transition to healthy fats, which are important. And you can you just do a Google or DuckDuckGo search for healthy fats and mood and your emotions, and you'll be able to find something that'll work well for you for the foods and so forth. That's easy to do. But protein. Okay, protein is a very wide term. It can mean you can get protein in plant form and animal form. Protein is actually really beneficial to support your mood, your emotions, physical health. Protein is needed for muscles. I've been working out lately. It feels really good. But protein helps with muscle health. It also helps with brain health. It also helps with cellular health and well-being. From a not a hormonal, but from another perspective, everyone's probably heard of tryptophan in turkey and some meats and so forth. Tryptophan is a precursor to serotonin. I'm sure we've all heard of SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. You're not going to be tested on that. But tryptophan, B vitamins, neurotransmitters are often commonly found in proteins. Chicken, turkey, red meat as well. You can find it at red meat as well. You can find carnitine, creatine in red meat. So as part of a healthy and balanced diet, and you can find out what works best for you. Looks like there's a new person on. Andrea Starr, thanks so much for having on. So good to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Andrea is a local friend of mine. So good to see you. She's very passionate about wellness, loves learning as well. And I know you've had a really interesting input on this from a plant-based perspective. But like I was saying, protein is really important when it comes to supporting. Hey, Andrea, like I said, I hope you're doing well. So good to see you here. I'm doing a little talk tonight about foods, mental health, emotions, physical health as well. So protein is really important. You can, of course, get it in plant form, and you can also get it in animal form. But most importantly, you got to find out what works best for you. I know many people, Andrea, you do really well on a plant-based approach. Some people do well on that. Some people feel they need animal form. It's a personal thing. My body, I can go probably a day or so, and then I might feel like I need it. But that's besides the point. Protein, B vitamins, like I said, are really important when it comes to supporting mood, emotions, mental health as well. And listen to your body. Listen to your body when, like I said, when you have certain foods. Does it satiate you? Does it ground you? Or does it like really lift you up and then crash afterwards? So protein is very important for that, and you're going to find out what works best for you when it comes to protein. But protein is really beneficial when it comes to supporting, like I said, your mood and your mental health. And you're going to find out the best balance. Absolutely. Thank you. Very, very well said. Depends on health needs and preferences. Yes, listen to body is key. Thank you so much for saying that. I believe I've heard it before. Our bodies are first doctor. We can go to the doctor, and if something's going on, if we have a concern and so forth, we definitely should. But as far as we're always with ourselves, of course, unless they're doing other things, but we're always with ourselves. So it's important to recognize, this situation, these people are really uplifting me, or this people are in this situation is really bringing us down. Andrea and I, we were in a softball team. That's another story. A situation happened there. But it's important to recognize what situations, what foods uplift you, bring you joy, and so forth, and what situations. So it is important to listen to your body. What foods, make you feel good. And so it might change if you're stressed out. You might crave certain foods. You might not be able to handle certain foods. So that's another. So there are variables within it. So it's important to recognize. We go back to what we've been discussing. Magnesium. Number one thing that I discussed when I came on. If you weren't already able to hop on in the beginning, it'll be there will be a replay available. So feel free to watch a replay. It'll always be available. I'm happy to answer any questions. So we talked about the importance of magnesium-rich foods, healthy fats for brain health, that also support mood and emotions, physical health, of course, and then protein. Protein is very important. So those are three main things. Of course, there are other aspects within it, within that might apply to you. But those are three main things that are really important to listen to your body. And like I said, if you're interested in learning more specific about what's going on with you, I'm happy to set up a discovery call and kind of find out what's going on with you. Because you might be different from me. Andrea and Danielle and everyone on here we might be in different situations, we have different backgrounds, different blood types. So you're going to find out what works best for you. So we talked about those. Some things to recognize as well when it comes to your mood, your emotions, and life and so forth. To really minimize your intake of as much as possible. And this is, it might seem like it's common sense. Sometimes it might not be for others, and that's perfectly fine. Doesn't matter, where you are, but as long as you're willing to learn. Foods that can affect your mental health and your emotions have an effect on them. Sugar, gluten, dairy. Of course, those are the three most inflammatory foods for many people. And those are sugar. It's going to have a big effect. Sorry about that. Just want to make sure that nothing was too important. But like I said, sugar can have a big effect. From a very basic, simple perspective, when you have foods that are high in sugar, processed, you're gonna feel really good. When you're gonna feel high, when you get the sugar rush, but when you crash, you're gonna be down. It's almost like kind of bipolar-ish, because you feel high, really up and up and up, and now you can feel really down, and you need your carbs and sugar to come back up. So sugar can and does have a big effect. This also can have an effect on your emotions, your emotions, like I said, from a bipolar effect. So inflammation. It can increase inflammation levels in the body and so forth. So sugar is definitely something to be concerned, to watch out for. Again, if you want to, you can cut out sugar altogether, but of course you don't have to. But as far as really maintaining your healthy blood sugar levels is important for all aspects of life, especially your mood and your emotions, because it's kind of just commonplace at a certain point. At a certain point, you recognize you feel really, really good when you have enough sugar. You're kind of at a good high, but then when you crash, you're if you're really low, and it's almost like you're hangry, you're not thinking straight. We've always been there, you're not thinking straight. Whether it's a stress hangry or a real hangry, you're not thinking straight. So sugar can have a big effect on that. Sugar affects the gut. It also has the gut-brain connection. So I kind of recommend watching out for intakes of certain foods, especially sugar-rich foods. And if you do add sugar to certain things, to consider cutting back on as much as possible, not just from the mental health perspective, but also from the perspective of inflammation. Excessive sugar can be a concern in the long run. Like I said, especially because it is well known to cause inflammation. So sugar, gluten. Gluten is what is gluten? Gluten is the protein in wheat. So you'll find out breads, pastas, some personal care products, many packaged and processed foods contain gluten. Again, there is also the gut-brain connection. There is a strong, I think it's something like 2/3 or more people that have depression-like symptoms may also have a sensitivity to gluten and wheat. And this just goes back to listening to your body. If you feel that you're sensitive to, feel funky after having gluten, and you have brain fog, and your inflammation goes up after having gluten, then it can be something to watch out for and can be concerned about. To cutting back on the gluten. So gluten, as much as possible, watch out for it. It's known to cause inflammation in many people. Not everyone. Some people. I'm the only one in my family who doesn't eat gluten. Everyone else can. That's great for them. Yes, great point, Kathy. Good that you recognize that. That's so important. I've been gluten-free for maybe 14 years. Whoa. Actually, sorry, I didn't mean to yell. 14 years tomorrow that I've been gluten. I remember it's December 13, 2008. Got a very funky memory like that. But yes, it's good to you recognize you have to stay away from it, because it does have an effect on the migraines, inflammation in the body. So gluten can be a concern from the gut-brain connection, from the inflammation perspective. So there's something to be aware of as far as foods that affect our emotions and so forth. In addition to other aspects, Dr. Mark Hyman is an amazing podcast. He's one of the top functional doctors in the country, probably in the world as well. And he actually talks about how when you support and fix one aspect of well-being, such as recommending a client or a patient cut back on certain foods and also incorporate more whole foods, all aspects of the body are going to be supported. So you're not just working on supporting one body system like your joints or gut health. When you support, when you kind of do a reset or support the whole body like that, support the body as far as a wellness journey, all aspects are going to be supported, such as less inflammation, less stress, less inflammation on the joints, less gut health concerns. So it's very important to recognize, like I said, it's good, Kathy, that you did recognize that gluten does have a concern. Dairy as well. Some people are fine with dairy, but as far as if you really look and just kind of go all in and just kind of do somewhat of a gut reset, see what you can do to support your body. I recommend cutting back or eliminating gluten, dairy, and sugar as much as possible. And if you want to have it once in a while, you can do that too. But you can find out what works best for you in the moment, within your situation, within your diet, within your lifestyle. So let's kind of from the beginning, like I said, magnesium, healthy fats, proteins that are going to play a role in brain health, emotional health and well-being, and then we also covered that certain foods can also have a very big impact on your mood, your emotions, the gluten, dairy, and sugar. So if anyone is looking for specific guidance, recommendation, guidance in those areas, that's an area I specialize in as a holistic health coach. Happy to help out in any way, shape, or form. Feel free to reach out to me. Okay, cool. We just went over that. I'm going to try and finish up within the next 5-10 minutes or so. But as far as micronutrients, up and above what you can get from food alone. Again, like I mentioned earlier, many people ask, what is a good supplement I can take for depression or anxiety? And again, I'm not a doctor. I know doctors. I don't play one on TV, but I do know I have experienced and I have seen many studies showing the importance and benefits of incorporating good nutritional products to support overall health and those concerns. I'm going to start off by talking about a really interesting study. I probably post about it once a week or so, and it's from Dr. Julia Rucklidge out of New Zealand. I'm going to take a little drink of water here. Thanks everyone for hopping on here. So good to see everyone. Like I said, if there's things you're enjoying, feel free to let me know. If there's things you want to learn more about, feel free to comment in the chat. I'll be happy to answer those questions. But as far as micronutrients and vitamins and supplements, there was a study. They did not specify what the supplement was. But in the study, I think it was over the course of 6 or 8 weeks. There are two groups, of course. One group was given a potent multivitamin and mineral that was formulated up and above what you would find in a store. And in a store, much more potent, much more bioavailable than what your common store-bought brands. And the other group was given a placebo. Of course, that's how most studies work. The group that took the potent multivitamin and mineral over the course of the 6 weeks noticed decreased symptoms of depression and anxiety, less symptoms of brain fog, less symptoms of anxiety, less symptoms of depression. Of course, life events happen, but within this period, the group that was taking this high quality product in this study did much better than the group that wasn't taking it. And there's we'll get into adaptogens in a moment, like ashwagandha, saffron, and so forth. Hey, Hokapontis, thanks so much for hopping on. Good to see you here. I just talked about how a study out of New Zealand about the benefits of a group that took high-quality nutritional products and noticed a big difference in their mental health, their clarity, their focus, which is actually kind of not a laugh, but what my experience has been over the course of, almost 18 years next month. When I take high-quality nutritional products every morning, mostly evening as well, I notice more of a difference when I take a very potent, high-quality multivitamin and mineral than I do when taking an SSRI. And of course, I'm not a doctor. I know doctors cannot diagnose, mitigate, prevent, or make any claims when it comes to things that's illegal. I wouldn't do that. But a good multivitamin and mineral can support overall health and well-being, and when I do recommend, there are clinical studies showing that over the course of 4 to 6 weeks, again, the people who were taking it consistently notice more energy throughout the day. They notice that they have clearer thoughts throughout the day. They're better focused with what they're doing, and they also notice that, and even cooler, that's awesome that they're noticing that they're feeling better personally, physically, but their blood levels change for the better. So their vitamin B levels increased, their vitamin K levels increased, their magnesium levels increased. there are other biomarkers increase. I think even cholesterol levels might have been affected. That's shown within the study. But again, it's up and above what you would find, up and above, we talked about magnesium, healthy fats, proteins, incorporating a good multivitamin and mineral. I can share a recommendation and some screenshots and testimonials from people that from what I recommend and use. It can be beneficial. We've seen that from the study that was done in New Zealand. They never announced, or they never said what product they were using within the study, but the one I recommend and I've used actually 18 years next month, has really every day, almost every day, I take it every day, but many days I'll notice a difference in my clarity, my focus, my energy, overall well-being within 5 to 10 minutes after taking it. And that's a common thing that I hear people, and we see screenshots from friends and clients and people that use it. They'll notice a difference in how they feel pretty shortly after taking it as well. Hey Kathy, what do you recommend for remembering day to day and focus? I am 65. Great question. So like I said, first question actually for you is, do you currently take anything? From my first answer to you, and I'd be happy to talk to you more about this after we get off of this, starting off with the very, very potent multivitamin and mineral that I was referring to. It's called the Cell Essentials, really supporting the cell, giving the cell the essentials, what it needs. It also has a patent to support healthy lifespan, endogenous antioxidant systems. Don't want to get too technical because be happy to explain more, but it works. Most importantly, it works, and almost I'd say 98% of the people I recommend it to notice a difference in how they feel pretty shortly after taking it. So, thanks, Jelly Terrell. Thanks so much for hopping on. Good to see you here. So yeah, I would after we get off of this, I will send you a message and let you know, like I said, share with you what I recommend as the foundational multivitamin and mineral. And of course, we can also add in some additional products to support focus and overall health well-being. I'm happy to. And on the back end of that, anyone of my clients, people that purchase products that I recommend, also very happy to offer support in the back end. Of course, back end and front end, but I'm happy to support products when you start using them, when you get them, and help you out in any way. So I'm always here to help you out with that, and I'd be happy to share some gluten and sugar-free guide to help you out as well. So from a foundational perspective, like I said, a very high quality multivitamin and mineral. From the studies and from people's personal experiences, I cannot make any claims. I'm not going to do that. It's illegal, but also it can help support overall health and well-being, mood, emotions, and so forth. There is, from a focus and brain health perspective, fish oil, good clean fish oil can be beneficial for heart health, brain health, and so forth. Also, from a focus perspective, there is a product called Copa Prime, which has coffee extract, couple other ingredients in that as well. And then from the adaptogen perspective, there's also ashwagandha is great for stress, great during times of increased stress. Anxiety. Also, saffron. So saffron is really amazing from many perspectives, and I've actually seen pretty interesting studies showing that saffron, in this study, it's not a laughing matter, but it's pretty cool. Certain studies have shown that saffron is as very helpful during, can be almost as good as a Prozac type. Be careful what I say, but as a Prozac type drug. Not a laughing matter. We got to be careful I don't get in trouble for just stating some obvious things. So saffron. There is one I recommend to take that has ashwagandha, lemon balm, and saffron. Many people, even myself, I'll notice a difference within, again, 5 or 10 minutes. So adaptogens like ashwagandha, saffron, rhodiola is also really good from the adaptogen perspective. So kind of cover a lot of bases here. Like I said, from the magnesium, the foods, the healthy fats, like I mentioned, and then talked about sugar, gluten, dairy, and also micronutrients in supplement form. Really important. Like I said, starting off with a foundational multivitamin and mineral, and then also fish oil for brain health, adaptogens, and then cognitive and focus support with Bacopa Mineri. Again, you're not going to test it on this, but it's important to know there are resources and there are many things you can do to support these. And I'm happy to, again, answer any questions. Thanks everyone for staying on. Kathy in particular is so good. So glad you've enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to talking to you in a moment or so about what you've enjoyed here. So gonna hop on in a moment. Just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything too important. What has everyone enjoyed? I've been talking for close to 50 minutes. You are so welcome. Is there anything you've enjoyed the most, Kathy? I've been talking for a while, but again, thanks so much for hopping on. Thanks so much for being here. Let me know what you've enjoyed the most. If there's things you would like to learn more about, feel free to let me know as well. And then, awesome, so good. I'll be talking to you in a moment or so. As always, I'm always here to help you, support you on your wellness journey, and happy here to help you out. If you need any help with that, feel free to reach out to myself. We're Brittany Prince, the other admin. She is always amazing when it comes to supporting gut health. She's very kind and caring, as we all know, obviously. We're here for you. Again, if you're watching for the replay, comment replay. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot.